Jesse504 here, bringing you week 7 of the LBT. And this week, we're kind of looking to lock into playoffs, although our matchup this week is not the greatest, but neither is it next week. Although a win in either of them probably secures us playoffs, though if we don't win in either, we still have an okay shot. So we are 4-2 right now, and we're going up against Fatty Jones, who is 5-1, and his team is crazy to prep for. I was trying to prep, it was a challenge, but yeah. So his team consists of Mega Blaziken, Lunala, Genesect, Rotom Wash, Hydreigon, Weezing, Galarian, Quillfish, Lando T, Superior, Stack Attack, and LYCANROC Dusk. So he has Speed Pass into Lunala or Genesect, both of which are really threatening. And yeah, just being able to Speed Pass into those two threats makes it almost impossible to prep for, because I need something to wall a Genesect or something to wall Lunala, both of which have great coverage, and that just makes it really challenging to do so. But starting off, I have something that can hopefully wall the Genesect, or I can bring it in on the Blaziken with this Primarina set. Hydro Pump, Shadow Ball, Moonblast, Ice Beam. For attacks, because I have an Assault Vest, I was considering Light Clay Screens, but I think just having an Assault Vest helps me out the most. HP to live 2 from Blaziken, defense to live 2 from Blaziken, the rest into Spadaf, and some special attack. I probably want to do more than live 2 from Blaziken though, so I'm just going to change my nature real quick, and then that should help me live 2 from Blaziken, and give me some give me some HP for the rest of the battle. So obviously against Fatty's team, two very important things need to happen before I can win. The Blaziken needs to go down, and the Lunala's Shadow Shield needs to get broken, and then I am set up in a better position to win. So yeah, those two things, and it's going to be challenging because my rocks aren't the greatest to break the Lunala's Shadow Shield, and Blaziken will just constantly be baton passing out rather than staying in and trying to fight on its own, mostly from what I've seen in Fatty's previous battles. So yeah, up next, Mega Gengar. This thing can sort of trap some stuff. I was sort of back and forth on this one, but I think that Mega Gengar can trap stuff. I need to change the speed EVs just a little bit, just by 1, I guess. Yeah, okay. We got Shadow Ball, Sludge Wave, Haze, and Thunderbolt. Haze is if Fatty baton passes out with his Mega Blaziken, I can try to haze whatever comes in, and then it's kind of just shut down. And I can also haze just all sorts of stuff, so it'll be really helpful. Yeah, up next, Landorus. We got our Landorus set this week. It is a Scarf Lando, Earth Power, Extra Sensory, Sludge Wave, and U-Turn. That should be Psychic. I don't know why I have Extra Sensory. I do know why. It's because of something else. It's because of one of the other mons. But Earth Power, Psychic, Sludge Wave, and U-Turn. Yeah, with the Sheer Force boost, this thing hits like a truck. He does have a lot of Levitate on his team. He has 3 Levitators. Although Weezing doesn't want to catch a Psychic, and Hydreigon's never come to a game. It does have a pretty decent matchup against me, but I'm still not sure if it's coming to this game. And then, the third one, Rotom Wash, is probably coming. That thing can kind of stop this set in its tracks. But yeah, some of my answers weren't the best, so it's fine. But up next, Solgaleo. Agility, Sunsteel Strike, Psychic Fangs, Earthquake. With the weakness policy this week, I had the balls to bust it out this week. 128 HP lets me live a Moongeist Beam from a Lunala, and if his Shadow Shield is broken, I should be able to KO back. I'm going to look into the calcs. I'm not sure if Sunsteel Strike ignores Shadow Shield, but if it does, then at +2 it should be KOing, if I remember correctly from my calcs. and I'll make sure that it is correct. Yeah. Up next, Cinderace, Heavy Duty Boots, Libero, Powerball, Court Change, Sucker Punch, U-Turn. I'm bringing Court Change for the first time this season, I think. He has some decent hazards and especially good Toxic Spikers that while I could absorb with Mega Gengar, I think I would rather have them on his side. But although I don't see him bringing Defog because my hazards aren't that great. So potentially, if he's not packing like Defog or Heavy Duty Boots on his Lunala, Court changing his hazards back could be one way that I just like capitalize off that and win. He doesn't have like screens or anything that I would want to Court change, but just being able to Court change the hazards is always helpful. And then lastly, we got this Zoroark right here, Sash Zoroark, Night Days, Flamethrower, U-Turn, Extra Sensory. This thing can kind of, because it can disguise again, or disguise well as so many things. Being able to have it disguised as, let's say, Primarina, like baiting something, and then it just catching a Night Days unexpectedly is always helpful. Have to run Sash because this thing it doesn't have the greatest bulk, so running Sash is a bit annoying. But Night Days, Flamethrower, U-Turn, Extra Sensory, kind of just pretty standard Zoroark set. But I'll see you guys in the battle. Alrighty, opponent just sent us the challenge. Let's get right into it. And we see no Blaziken for the first time all season. It means no speed passing, which my team really likes. We do see that the LYCANROC and the Stakataka both come, which I didn't 100% expect. But other than that, pretty expected stuff. The Primarina looks like it has a field day once the Rotom goes down, just with the set that I brought. And yeah, this Zoroark seems pretty happy. Cinderace is kind of shut down pretty hard, not gonna lie. But yeah, I think I brought a pretty solid Solgaleo set this week, which also helps out a lot. And I think I'm just gonna lead the Lando. Oh right, because of Zoroark. What do I want the Zoroark to be disguised as? I think Solgaleo seems fine for that. Yeah. Rotom Wash. I'm just gonna U-turn out, hit it for 15, and I'm not really sure what it would do to me, but it could Will-O-Wisp, it could Hydro Pump, both of which seem pretty somewhat probable. I'm just gonna go Gengar. Will-O-Wisp, perfect. This thing is really the only thing that wants to eat a Willow. And then just clicking Shadow Ball here. Let's see what the Rotom decides to do. Volt Switch out, that's fine. Into what is the question? I could see LYCANROC coming in, maybe Stakataka. I don't have Focus Blast this week, which makes it somewhat concerning. Into the LYCANROC, okay. I'm just gonna Shadow Ball again, or actually Sludge Wave would do more damage. Just gonna Sludge Wave. I can't switch out, so I don't know if Accelerock would kill from this range. It does, okay. But now, if I look at my Primarina against a LYCANROC Dusk, it should not be killing. And then Hydro Pump should just be doing a lot to everything on his team. I don't really know what would come in here. Like even the Rotom, if I were to look at that. Rotom Wash, where are you? Volt Switch would be doing 30, and this thing's fine to eat a Will-O-Wisp. And yeah. But that somewhat physically defensive Primarina, also with the Assault Vest, makes this fairly advantageous. If he goes into Lunala, I break its Shadow Shield, and then I can do big damage with the Shadow Ball. And I can always revenge that with Zoroark. what would Zoroark be disguised as right now? Still Solgaleo? It always like switches around, which is kind of annoying, but I'm not really sure how to manipulate the Zoroark stuff 100%, so... goes into the Rotom, that's fine. Missing Hydro Pump is kind of annoying, but yeah. Yeah. So, like, it's not gonna KO, so it doesn't really matter on that Hydro Pump. But if I wanted a 100% accurate move, I would have ran Scald. Yeah, so I think the win con this game is probably just the Lando. Obviously he has his own Lando, which kind of needs to go down a little bit before then. But other than that, just Will-O-Wisps me. I don't want to switch into this thing. Getting the Rotom down is fairly helpful here. And then... let's see what Fatty wants to bring in. Yeah, nothing really wants to come in on this Lunala. Maybe Genesect. It would get a physical boost. So, and yeah, okay. So now, I kind of want to scout this thing out with my it just Iron Heads, which means it is physical. And if it's Life Orb, I can just Flamethrow and it should KO. Oh, this thing gets E-Speed? Did not know that. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I did not realize that this thing got E-Speed. Yeah, Genesect's move pool is kind of crazy. But obviously Pyro Ball here, nothing really wants to come in and take it. And it would KO Genesect if it hit. And if it didn't hit, that would be kind of really annoying, but I don't think E-Speed would KO. Yeah, okay. I guess as for why I went into the Zoroark, did not really I just didn't realize that it got E-Speed, and if it didn't E-Speed me, I'd Flamethrower to KO it back. Yeah, I mean, like, I still definitely have a shot at this game. It'll be interesting to see what he wants to bring in here. Obviously, neither of those two really do that well. Nothing really wants to take hits from this. So he brings out the Lunala at this point. I'm just gonna U-turn and break the Shadow Shield, which at this point I think is fairly necessary, because then I can always kill it with a Sucker Punch. Moongeist beams me. Shadow Ball should KO here, if I remember correctly, if I looked at my calcs correctly. The Shadow Ball would do great here. I think he knows I'm AV now, but yeah, Shadow Ball would kill here, and if not, actually, let's see what kind of set he was with this. I believe he was just heavy duty boots, but could be wrong. Primarina and Lunala. It does not look like he was specs, so probably heavy duty boots. Actually, he's at 93. So actually, Shadow Ball's not KOing, but nothing that he's doing to me is KOing either. So, Lando T comes in. Shadow Ball comes out from me. I could get really aggressive here, but I don't think I want to yet. I think I can just go out into my own Landorus as it uses Fly Power. That's kind of cool. I'm just gonna go for a Psychic. At this point, I assume that I have to get my Solgaleo in to be able to. At this point, it must kill. He must have brought it in that early to KO me, right? Yeah, it would KO, but I don't want to bring anything else in. I'm gonna click agility here. I don't think Drill Run would KO me, even though it is a strong move, because I do have 128 HP. Here comes the Stack Attacka. I can EQ this thing, but what does Stack Attacka do to me? Not enough. Okay. He did mineral that, which is nice for me. Or he didn't quite mineral, but here comes the Lycanroc Dusk. It could be. It has Sucker too? Really? No, okay, this thing is scary. I'm just gonna Hydro Pump here. I didn't realize this thing. Yeah, this thing's move pool is crazy. I mean, like, this thing just has so many options. Now I can Shadow Ball. I don't know if Cinderace can KO the Lycanroc, so it'll be interesting. I'm not choiced, which is nice, but pretty much have to go for Sucker Punches here. Okay, so we only lost 2-0. Yeah, so we're now 4-3. I think locked for playoffs at this point. Obviously, it depends a little bit on how the other coaches do. But yeah, this Lycanroc, man. Yeah, I did not realize it did that much. Yeah, had it not been Sucker, had I done like some Sucker reads or something with like agility, had it not been Sucker,
This game definitely went differently because Cellrock and E-Speed were both resisted. Though, yeah, I mean, like, I should have seen it coming. It was on all the calcs, I just wasn't really paying attention to it, but good game. 4-3 plus 12. Good shot to make playoffs number 4, number 5, maybe number 6, but yeah. Until next time, Jesse504 out.